Hey, Vinny Lopes here from Off the Block, and what a wild night it was in college men's volleyball as both BYU and Ohio State advanced to the NCAA championship match. And you look at these semifinal matches, a lot of intriguing, but I think the overarching storyline had to be the serving, especially in the first game. Long Beach State came on out. We knew that this team was talented offensively, but the question was, could they handle BYU's serving? That wasn't necessarily the case. As a result, they were running a lot of out of system. And when you run out of system against BYU's big blocks, that spells trouble, as we saw tonight. BYU was able to do a great job containing the dynamic Long Beach State offense and really keeping a lot of players in check, although credit the job of TJ DelFalco for Long Beach State, 20-plus kills in the loss. But the big standout, along with the great serving by BYU, was the performance of Brandon Sander. When you look at what he did tonight, 16 kills. But the bigger storyline, 0 attack errors. He was near perfect, was hitting around 500 for the night. A dynamic performance, and you needed that because you knew that Long Beach State was going to put a lot of focus on Ben Patch, try to shut down Ben Patch. So you needed those other players to step up. And I'll tell you, Brandon Sander, he showed why he was an All-American night. Great job by him. Also, great job by Jake Langlois after a slow start, really battling back, putting up some huge numbers and having some very critical aces, back-to-back aces in the third game to secure the victory. So BYU with an impressive victory moving forward going into the championship match. I think that's what a lot of people expected. What a lot of people didn't expect was to happen in the final match of the night as Ohio State knocked off UCLA, the number 2 seed. So much was made about which team should have been the number 2, which team should be the number 3. The Ohio State players were pretty open, saying that they felt slighted. They felt that they should have been the number 2. They proved it on the court tonight. It was a tremendous game. Going 5, going into an overtime in the 5th game. Both teams had their opportunities, but in the end, just a few too many service errors for UCLA. They had 26 in the match, and for whatever reason, Ohio State was just able to find a way to win. Got out hit in the game. UCLA did a great job shutting down the 2006 AVCA National Player of the Year, Nicholas Cesarian, but once again, Cesarian showed why he was National Player of the Year. Didn't have a great night offensively, was able to battle back, had the match-winning ace in overtime, one of the biggest aces in Ohio State history, as this was only the second time the Buckeyes had ever defeated UCLA in their near 50-year program history. And it was a dramatic match. I know a lot's going to be made about that 5th game as both teams had their chances and maybe a controversial lift call that happened midway through. However, end of the day, you have to tip your hat to the job that Pete Hansen was able to do, getting his team ready to handle a very good UCLA team. They were able to scrape by, coming out with a big victory. And now we have a showdown coming up here on Saturday between BYU and Ohio State for the national championship. It's either going to be the Cougars' first national championship in 12 years or the MIVA for the 3rd straight year will be national champions. Well, that's going to do it for us here high atop Rec Hall. Be sure to follow us for all your men's volleyball news and analysis as we continue to cover the NCAA Tournament right here at offtheblogblog.com.